Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another entry of PNSQ Chronicles. I am Michael Larsen.
I am Srilu Balla.
And we are happy to have you with us today because today's recording with our guest is a little bit different than normal. We reached out to Jason Arbon, who is an invited speaker and a workshop presenter. And he said, I'm unfortunately not able to schedule a meeting for this, but if you're available in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I happen to be driving somewhere and I can talk to you now. And we said, let's go. And here we are. So we're doing it. So Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jason Arbon, and I'm just a lifelong tester, super focused on software testing and quality, and particularly focused on it at scale. Thinking about a test basically kind of more than one app, and also trying to use AI to do it.
That's amazing. So you're doing an invited speaker speak. What is the title of the speech? And also, can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, there's really two talks. So one is by the speaker thing, and it's about scaling software testing with AI. So really, the power of AI is not just to help test one app, but the power is really testing tons of apps. And then also a workshop where people can get hands-on and actually kind of guide and control and rate the output of AI testing bots interactively. So we can learn what they're good at, what they're not good at, where the humans kind of fit in the loop. And yeah.
That's amazing.
This looks like two interesting topics to be covering. And I should add, in the lead up to this conversation, Jason and I were chatting back and forth. And one thing that we happened to discuss was the fact that not only is there a lot of things that AI can be good at doing, but it's also helpful to recognize what AI might not be so good at doing. And as we were talking back and forth, we just happened to mention one of them. And I had just casually said that when it comes to, say, accessibility, an AI bot would be able to tell you if a web page didn't have enough of a contrast. It could pinpoint that. But what an AI bot might not be able to do is tell you why that could be an issue, or to say, well, okay, it may have a contrast issue here, but there might be a benefit for this, or there might be a trade-off because of, in one case, what might make sense for compliance might not make sense for just general overall deliverability. And I realize that's a big way of, but what do you think, Jason? Am I right with that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. We were talking about how, not only does the AI, first of all, the AI also just hallucinates sometimes. We all know about this, right? So sometimes it'll actually say that the contrast is wrong when it's just fine. So that kind of needs human review. Most of the time it gets it right, but it still needs human review. Yeah, it doesn't get the context of the business right fully, or the context of the team, where they're at, or what their priorities are. So it needs like a human touch at the end of the day to go in and say, yeah, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea, good bug, bad robot, and so forth. And we're talking especially about accessibility. It's super important to do. So the cool thing about AI is it can test thousands of websites for basic accessibility issues. But the irony is that it's going to generate a lot more work for people on accessibility to follow up and understand, interpret, and double check the AI.
So AI has its limitations. And yes, it is very important to point those out. I am so glad you're giving a talk about not just how to use it, but also point out its limitations so that a human intervention is always necessary. Maybe an AI is good for pass and fail, and the human is absolutely required for judging an application.
Yeah, exactly. And you basically, like, the human's there for triage.
This sounds like a great set of things we can participate in. I want to make a mention, though, of course, that if you want to see the invited speaker track and the keynote track, if you are attending virtually, you will be able to do that. And if you are in person, of course, you'll be able to do that. If you want to attend Jason's workshop, though, you will have to attend in person. The registration link is here in the show notes. And we are, of course, certainly hoping that we will see you at PNSQC in October in Portland, Oregon. But until then, thank you for joining us for PNSQ Chronicles, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.